2024 Mercedes CLE Coupe First Look Review, Modern-Day CLK. In the late 1990s, Mercedes introduced the CLK Coupe. Based on the underpinnings of the C-Class but with styling more akin to the E-Class of the time, it was a successful recipe. Over 2 decades later, Mercedes is repeating a similar formula with the new CLE, which is set to replace both the C-Class and E-Class Coupe. Closer in size to the latter than the former, the new CLE will be topped by a 3.0-liter 6-cylinder engine producing 375 horsepower in the CLE 450, while the CLE 300 has a 255 HP Turbo 4. The interior borrows design cues from the latest C-Class and features the now familiar 11.9-inch portrait-style center display. As the antithesis to a horde of high-riding crossovers, the new CLE should once again place the emphasis on style and dynamism. When is the 2024 Mercedes CLE Coupe coming out? The release date for the Mercedes CLE Coupe will be early in 2024, which is when the CLE will be coming to dealerships in the USA. The convertible version will follow sometime thereafter. 2024 CLE Coupe price and competition. The 2024 Mercedes CLE Coupe's price hasn't been shared yet, but as it is closer in size to the older E-Class Coupe, it may see a hefty increase in cost over the C-Class Coupe. Our guess is that the CLE 300 will start at around $55,000, whereas the MSRP of the CLE 450 will likely be closer to $65,000. The CLE's main rivals will be the Audi A5 and BMW 4 Series Coupe. Whereas the 2023 Audi A5 starts at $46,700, the 2024 BMW 4 Series begins at $49,900. New Mercedes CLE Coupe exterior and colors. Mercedes Coupes have generally been blessed with lovely designs, so the expectations are high for the new CLE in this area. BMW probably won't be too happy that Mercedes uses the term shark nose to describe the CLE's forward-leaning face, as the term /design feature is closely tied to several BMWs from the 1980s and has been repeated on the new 5 Series. Nevertheless, the CLE's new 3-dimensional chrome grille with a broader lower section and neatly styled LED high-performance headlights clearly resemble those of the latest C-Class. Digital light headlights with and without a projection function will be available optionally, and these lights will include a welcome animation. The long hood is typical of coupes and it's made more aggressive here with dual power domes. Elsewhere, the exterior of the Mercedes CLE Coupe employs the brand's sensual purity design language with its flowing surfaces and seamless transitions. Overhangs are quite short, the roofline sportily low and sloping towards the rear, and the windshield steeply raked. On the CLE 300, 18-inch alloy wheels are standard, whereas the CLE 450 comes with 19-inch alloys as part of its AMG line specification. As usual, many other wheel designs will be available and these measure up to 20 inches in size. The ability to customize the car extends to the colors of the Mercedes CLE Coupe, with the manufacturer saying 10 shades will be available. These haven't been specified yet, but we can see here that the car will come in a moody gray and a much more expressive blue. From the back, the new CLE has tail lights that look a lot like those on the smaller CLA. Each cluster is linked by a design element in dark red, while the chrome strip lower down contributes to the impression of width, and this is bookended by the exhaust outlets on either side of the body. While the new CLE has an undeniably premium aura, its overall look is an amalgamation of many other Mercedes models, and the company might have done a bit more to set apart this high-end coupe. Mercedes CLE Coupe dimensions. The overall size and dimensions of the Mercedes CLE Coupe have been a hot topic since it was announced. Would it be closer to the previous C-Class Coupe or E-Class Coupe? It turns out that Mercedes has gone more upmarket here, as the new CLE is even longer than the previous E-Class Coupe. It has a length of 191 inches, 6.5 inches longer than the C-Class Coupe and 0.6 inches longer than the E-Class Coupe, while its width of 73.2 inches is 2 inches longer than the C-Class Coupe and exactly the same as the E-Class Coupe. The wheelbase is 112.8 inches, and it measures 56.2 inches in height. No curb weight specs were shared, but the E450 4matic will probably weigh around the same as the 4,310 pounds of the previous E450 4matic. Mercedes CLE engine and performance. 2 mild hybrid engine options are available for the Mercedes CLE Coupe, starting with the 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder mill in the CLE 300. This unit produces 255 HP and 295 lb-ft of torque, with the second-generation starter generator providing an extra hit of power at lower speeds. Mercedes has quoted an increase from 21 to 23 HP on the electric motor in the new CLE Coupe. Boost torque is 148 lb-ft. Next is the CLE 450, which has a 3.0-liter turbocharged 6-cylinder unit that musters 375 HP and 369 lb-ft, and has the same additional boost outputs as the CLE 300. Considering that even the new C63 has resorted to 4-cylinder power, it's a relief that a larger, smoother 6-pot has stuck around for this luxurious coupe. Unlike the previous E-Class coupe, the new CLE is only available with the 4matic all-wheel drive system. There is no rear-wheel drive model. Mercedes says the 4matic system saves weight in its latest form and higher torque can be transmitted to the front axle. While 0 to 60 times haven't been quoted, we expect the new CLE 450 to hit 60 miles per hour in just under 5 seconds, while both models have a limited top speed of 130 miles per hour. Shifts are handled by a 9-speed 9G-tronic automatic transmission that has been specially adapted to work with the integrated starter-generator system. With greater efficiency and smarter packaging, the weight of the transmission control has also dropped by 30% compared to its predecessor. Compared to Merc's sedan series, the CLE is lower by 0.6 inches to promote sportier handling, but not to the detriment of comfort. The CLE 450 has a stiffer sports suspension that's available on the CLE 300 as an option. Gas mileage. The all-new C-Class sedan's gas mileage figures should give us an accurate idea of what to expect from the CLE. The C300 achieves 23/33/27 mpg with the 4matic AWD system. As for the CLE 450, that will be closer to the 25 mpg of the previous E450 coupe, although the latest mild hybrid system and more efficient transmission could result in better gas mileage. Mercedes CLE Coupe interior and cargo. As with its exterior, the interior of the new Mercedes CLE Coupe is nearly identical to the one in the C-Class. As this coupe will likely be pitched at a higher price point, it's a little disappointing that it doesn't have a unique cabin layout. Then again, the design is not short of glossy surfaces, the latest technologies, and plenty of toys. What may be of interest to many buyers is interior space, since this car is longer than even the previous E-Class coupe. However, the E-Class coupe had more overall space than this car, if not by much. The newer one has greater shoulder and elbow room for those at the back, but rear legroom is down by 1.7 inches compared to the E-Class coupe, and the CLE loses out in most other categories to its older sibling. It's got more space inside in all directions than the C-Class coupe, though, so should be perfectly comfortable for those in the first row and adequate for shorter journeys for those at the back. The driver faces a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster and an 11.9-inch central display, and the latter is angled by 6 degrees in the direction of the driver. Other high-tech features include a 64-color ambient lighting system, a 17-speaker Burmester 3D surround sound system with Dolby Atmos, a new electronic architecture with 5G data transmission, and access to a host of third-party apps like TikTok. As with the new E-Class, the CLE will also come with the video conferencing app, Zoom. The entire infotainment system is more customizable than before, with customers able to choose from templates such as cold days to create a warm environment via both the temperature and even the lighting. Self-created routines will see the vehicle adjust to predefined parameters before taking desired actions, and AI-generated routines mean that the vehicle can learn from the customer's behavior and routines and preempt certain functions. This tech overload extends to the many standard and available driver assistance equipment like attention assist, active lane keeping assist, and the parking package. Unsurprisingly, there is a lot of luxury inside the CLE. From when you first enter the car, this is noticeable. Rear seat passengers have access to the cabin via the new easy entry function. Using a high-quality Nappa leather loop, these passengers can quickly unlock the front seat. Speaking of the seats in the Mercedes CLE Coupe, both the standard and AMG line models ship with standard black MBTEX upholstery. A warmer ambience is possible when choosing either the macchiato beige/black or tonka brown/black color schemes. But it doesn't stop there, as customers can also equip Nappa leather upholstery with quilting and perforated diamond shapes in colors like white/black and power red/black. The E450 comes with additional black MBTEX, while inserts in silver mixed metal fabric, open-pored black wood veneer, and fine-line anthracite wood are all available, among others. The cargo space in the Mercedes CLE Coupe works out to 14.8 cubic feet, which is just 0.2 cubes less than in the older E-Class Coupe.